Hello and welcome back, everyone. Yes, I am recording these back to back, so we are exactly where we were before. Oh, look at that shiny chest there. My throat is still hurting like hell, so I took a little bit of painkillers, so that should hopefully help. I have a feeling that I'm getting some kind of infection because my lymph nodes are hurting. And don't forget, my name is Visual Pony. Ooh, Batman. Don't look so serious, Batman. But yeah, as I said, I have a feeling that I have to go inside the final offer to find this weapons cache. Also, yeah, let's deactivate the benchmarks in the top right. You know, I have that on because sometimes I want to see how my PC is performing, especially like in new games. Because I have noticed that sometimes, even though I have a relatively beefy PC with a Ryzen 3900 and 32 gigs of RAM, you know. Okay, it's not actually here. And a GeForce 2080 Ti, I still don't sometimes get the performance that I would expect. And there's no thermal throttling or whatever happening because I also have custom settings for my fans. So if my GPU just goes a little bit over 40, the fans will already ramp up. Not too full, but, you know, to a good, I think, 60% I set them. To keep everything nice and cool. Use a disruptor to destroy the web. Okay. Ha! Okay, so I can apparently do that through the shipping container? Yeah, girl, if only he knew that you were communicating with a quote-unquote wanted criminal while sitting in his office. That would go over well, I presume. I'm not being sarcastic in the slightest. You're being sarcastic. But yeah, one of those things that I kind of wonder about. How is it that the final offer with all that military hardware can just just be in the harbor and none of the police force is actually bothered by it? But another thing that I just realized, look at the treads on this tank. Take a good look at them. They are disappearing into the ground. And it's like that for all of them. It's like they are a few centimeters too low. You remember from, I think it was episode 2 or 3, where I showed you that the raft wasn't actually in the water, but on the water? It's like they didn't get that quite right. The raft was too high, and these tanks are too low. Seriously, too low. What do we have here? I can't grapple up there. Once more. Changing the rules on me. You know, I don't even see an entrance. Like a way to get in. Is there maybe... Do I maybe have to go through the water there? But Batman can't swim. Yeah, I guess I'd have to find something that I can... Yeah, that's definitely the way. Yeah, I guess that would happen. Would be good if I could, you know, stand on a piece of ice and then just pull it over there, but I doubt that will be possible. And again, there's no reason why Batman shouldn't be able to do this, but I'm not gonna question it. You know, Batman, just push one of those boats into the water. It's not that hard. See, that's, again, I have a solution. You know, I need that boat over there. Yeah, and then there's the door. See? All I need is this boat. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to use the bat claw or whatever to get it. Other than, again, saying the game wants you to do things its way. Creative solutions is not something this game wants. It's very linear, and if you don't get and use a linear solution, then you are not going. Then you're not going anywhere. Let me see. Amusement mile. I will have to look it up because I am actually quite annoyed at that right now. Batman, Arkham Origins, Comms Tower. Amusement mile. What? Okay, if that is actually the solution, I will be pissed because that is something that was also not... Oh, it is a gadget I don't actually have. So you cannot proceed here until you get another gadget. Very reminiscent of what's his face? Breath of the Wild. Oh, then you're right here. If you mean that you want a scrap where you get your ass kicked. Training? Years of training? Is what I would assume. By the way, if you're wondering why I was standing there for a second, doing nothing, I was literally pressing A and B like the prompt on the screen said. But, apparently, you know, I'm not gonna even try anymore because this is just getting a bit ridiculous. Just as you saw earlier with me just shooting the weapons crate through the shipping container. With all the other containers, I had to be so precise. You know? I had to be so precise by aiming at the control panel of the crates. Sure. What is it? You on the ground? Because that's not actually a present I want. I am literally trying to turn and the game won't let me. Why? By the way, all these camera movements you see here right now are automatic. I am not trying to move the camera. I have my finger on the face buttons, and you see that I have because I'm punching people. And the camera is just like, that really makes it hard. as I said, I hope they made it better in the consequent games. Or consecutive games, because I really want to like this. I really want to like this franchise. This game, yes, I will finish it, but I don't think I would ever come back to it. You know, simply because of all of these flaws that I have not figured out, but pointed out so far. Oh, and did you see that? It just switched to the concussion detonator. Even though I didn't do that. Because when I switch gears, it looks like this. I get the entire thing shown. But it just switched. For what reason? I do not know. And what was that all about? I'm tapping the trigger button, and it just tried to get me to aim with the disruptor again. Why? Are you trying to get me hit? Because that's what it looks like. Wow. That would have not worked. So why can't I grapple there? Why can't I go up there? There is no good reason why I can't. Seriously. Batman, you're being aimed at. What the fuck? What the F? Stop listening to her and get your fucking weapons out! What the hell? Get over the ledge! You idiot! What was that? Did you see that? There are two enemies with guns aiming at him, and he's like, I've got to listen to Barbara. What the F? Like, we have talked to Alfred while fighting before. You remember that one scene from another episode where I was like, oh, hey, look, just talking to Alfred, he's wishing me a Merry Christmas while I'm beating these guys up. Why? Literally, why? And now I don't heal yet, because that guy up there is still alive. And why can't I grapple higher on the building? Doesn't make sense. See, all I can do is go up to right where he is. Oh, and I didn't even get my objective XP before I killed both of them. Are you fucking kidding me? I should get the objective XP as soon as my objective is done. Also, another moment where the game just changed the rules on me. You remember that 2 times when I fought cops in another episode, where I got XP when I left the area. I mean, my combat rating got lower, but I had to do it because otherwise I would have been killed. So I disengaged, got healed, and then re-engaged. Did you notice just now that I went even so far that he didn't see me anymore? Not just over like a guardrail or whatever like I did in the other fights. And the game still didn't disengage me from the fight? So this game is constantly changing the rules on the player. I have video evidence. Literal video evidence. I hate these knife fuckers. Because here's another thing. In terms of changing rules, you know? When we were fighting Shiva, I could block Shiva's blade. So why can't I block these fuckers? Shiva was literally a boss enemy. So why can't I block the knives of these normal guys when I can block a fucking katana in the fight with Shiva? It doesn't make sense. I'm just saying, this bat didn't actually connect and I still got damage. So yeah, the game keeps changing the rules. And I personally think this is something that the developers don't want you to notice. Oh, these guys have knives? No, Batman cannot possibly block a knife with his armored gauntlets. There's no possible way for him to block a hunting knife. Oh yeah, you're fighting Shiva, your old rival, when you were with your master being trained in martial arts. Of course you can block her katana. A sword known to be able to cut through bone. You know, that doesn't make sense. Either keep the rules the same, so that I can block Shiva's attacks and these guys' attacks. I have no problem with that. And I don't have a problem with both attacks being unblockable, that I have to evade them, okay? Don't have a problem with it. I still hate the knife, guys. But I wouldn't have a problem with it. But at least stay frickin' consistent. You know? That is what is annoying me so much. I like the game, I like the story. But stuff like that is stuff that the developer doesn't want you to notice. Like, battles like this, they work actually pretty well. Because there are no firearms, there's no knives. You know, if it's just a fist fight, this game works great. I must admit, it really does. But as soon as ranged enemies come in, and guys who have knives, which you can't block, then it all turns to shit. And let's be fair, Batman is a martial arts master. He would be... I would be very, very surprised if he was not trained in how to deal with an enemy who has a bladed weapon. And he actually is, because we see that in the fight with Shiva. Again. He literally blocks her sword, and even that, not only hers, like those ninja chicks that she sends after you, you block their swords too. It's not just Shiva's sword, it's her subordinate swords too. So, it doesn't make any sense. You know, I can block a katana, but not a hunting knife, okay? Sure, makes sense. Not. I know I've been raving on about this for a few minutes now, and it might be annoying, but it is an issue. You got issues too. You're running around the Gotham streets at night wearing a black mask made out of steel. I, at least, wear a stylish cape. In your face. Luckily, these guys actually respawn. You're not bringing a gun to a fist fight, dude. Not with me. Oh, yeah. Now I'm in the flow. You tried to hit me in the face! You are here, just saying. So, being on your way, kinda doesn't mean much, you know? If you're standing right next to me. A light workout for Batman. I already see the relay. Why is it... See, it switched again to the concussion detonator. Why? The thing that I had selected was the disruptor. Why does it keep switching to the concussion detonator? Ow! Oh, here again? Yes, of course I'm for real. What do you think? I'm a comic book character? And that this is a video game? You're mad. I will not say it. It was actually not the guy I wanted to execute. Yay, got an achievement. Crime fighter. Come on. Even if you were able to, take me out, you would have some major bruises to show for it. And maybe a few broken bones and missing teeth. That's what I'm asking myself about you. No, you can't. You know what? Let's just block. Wow. They're not going down. You notice that? They're just not going down. Now you go down. So how little damage do my counters actually do? Like, seriously? And stay down. What? Fuck you! What, he was... Just go down already! Can I maybe get a damage upgrade, please? We'll see for how long. I didn't want to go that far. Why can't I do it? There. The last guy is over there. And, as Jeff the Killer would say, go to sleep. So many areas. Okay, let's get in here. Let's go after the Joker. Why so serious? Oh God. I could do a takedown like this? Agreed. Okay, so that's how a takedown like this looks. Uh-oh. What? I used the disruptor on him! How? And I can't escape anywhere. Great! Actually, Batman does look pretty strong. That looked like it hurt. Okay. Oh, wait. Wayne Tech upgrade. Concussion detonator stun duration. Bat Swarm. A and X. Okay. Okay, Batman punches when I press those two buttons. But nothing more. Why? Oh, suddenly I need to find an access code. While I have been the entire game so far been hacking doors left and right. Nowhere to grapple, nowhere to go. Come on, game, you're kidding me, are you? Too bad for you that there are more ways into your den than just, you know, the door. What? How? How? How did you notice me? How did you notice me? There, I'm pressing the buttons. I'm pressing X and A, and all Batman does is punch. The special combos do not work. And now a cardboard box blocks Batman. Come on! In games from the same era, like The Last of Us for example, this box would have just been pushed aside. Instead, I can't move past it? Why? Also, look at it. A and X. Or Y and B. A and Y. A and B. The combos don't work. So sorry, I'm not gonna try to use them anymore, and I'm not even gonna go upgrade them because it's not working. Which is very interesting, because in the bank, Sionis... Oh, now I can grapple up here. Again. Why couldn't I grapple up here from down there? It doesn't make any canonical sense. Can't even change gadgets. Can't even change my gadgets while he's talking to someone. And I thought you gave me the passcode, dude. Then why do I still have to use the cryptographic decipher thingy? See, that's what I mean. I could have just easily cracked the code. No, but the game needs you to go up there. That's the only reason. That is literally the only reason. Makes this a movie. The game is railroading you as is. I sense a boss fight coming. And it won't let me go up there. Again, there's no reason. The game just keeps you from doing things that would be creative. Because what I would have done right now, what would have been kind of cool is go up there and, you know, start taking them down stealthily. If the game let me. Because another cool thing would be, another cool mechanic, if I could have gone up there, thrown a smoke pellet down, which we already know kind of defies gravity, and then do a few rope takedowns, you know? Like those inverted takedown thingies. That would have been so cool. Because that's what Batman is known for. Not for beating people up necessarily. But they force me into this confrontation. And the combos don't even work. Even the batarangs are more useful than my counters, apparently. The counters look cool, but you saw earlier that they do jack shit. Come here, big boy. Okay, how am I supposed to do that? Okay. How? Can I? Nope, won't let me get up. So that actually worked. To be fair, there was no indication that would work. It was simply complete and utter desperation on my part. And of course. And now I can grapple everywhere. Do you see that shit? Now it lets me, you know, grapple everywhere, hack doors. Batman, go down. Hello? Wow. Okay, it's just a collectible. So... open the door! Seriously, the controls in this game. But the design choices here are really baffling. I was actually thinking that that might be the way in. I'm not going after those collectibles. It's like, why? You're hunting the Joker. This guy is a crony of the Joker. This guy is wearing a Joker mask, and you're asking, who did this? So... Ultimate Detective. Who did this? My money's on the Joker. Just saying, you know, it's a hunch. Batman is a master of martial arts, but he's also a master of stealth. He will only fight if you do not give him another choice. Which is why, yes, good game, but I personally think that it is a bad representation of Batman. And this is all the time I have for this video. I will continue soon, but I need a short break to, you know, cool off a little bit, because this is really getting annoying when the game is actually not letting me do what should be possible. And then a few moments later, after I've killed a few dudes, I suddenly can do it, you know? It doesn't make sense. And it's only because the developers want you to go the path that they want you to take. It's not about, hey, I'm Batman. How can I, sneakily take out these dudes? Like in Sionis' office. How did this guy see me? They were looking at the door, and suddenly the guy at the door says, "He's in here!" and turns around to me. Because the game wanted to force me into confrontation. Or just now with the Armored Enforcer. I couldn't grapple anywhere in that room. And suddenly, after I've defeated the Armored Enforcer, I can grapple everywhere. It is because the game wants to force you into a fight. If it had been in a Batman movie, Batman would have gone up to the rafters, thrown a smoke pellet down there, and done a few inverted takedowns, and when the police arrived, all these people would have been strung up like the Predator had been there. Just differently from when the Predator done it, these people would have still been alive. You know? But no, the game needs you to do a bit of fist combat and to find a way to defeat the Armored Enforcer, which you are never told how to do. My use of the explosive gel was a pure act of desperation. And with that said, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Maybe I should rename this series to Annoying Gamer Plays or Super Critical Gamer. Anyhow, this is all. I hope it finds you well in body and mind. And that we, of course, will see each other in the next video.